my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. And in today's video, we are putting my TV on these shelves and moving books I've read on the big brown shelf over there because I ran out of room of books that I've read. So first I'm going to start off by doing a declutter, like an unhaul. First, I'm getting rid of the Cinderella Cleaner series that I have. I'm going to get rid of 2 through 6 because I have read book 1 and I have read book 1 and I'm going to keep that till like the end of the year because I want to do like a video on it. But I might keep those for now and then get rid of the whole series at once. Then I'm unhauling P.S. I Love You. I don't want to get this series, and if I did read this, I would read it from the library. I don't know. But I do kind of want to get rid of the the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. But I am going to keep it for now. And I'm going to decide on unhauling that later. Next I have the Cooking Camp in middle school. Get Me Out of Here. I read these this year. I'm going to keep them. But since I'm moving to the bigger shelf, they can go on the shelf with the other middle grade. Now here's... how do I... need to just be closer to it. But here's the shelf. I'm going to go through top to bottom and talk about the books I'm going to keep. First we have the Percy Jackson series, and I'm going to keep all of these books. The books 1 through 5. I don't have the new ones yet, but I do have 1 through 5. Next I'm keeping A Wrinkle in Time. And then I have Twilight, which I'm keeping. I have their Wild Robot series, which I'm going to keep for now. How to Speak Dolphin, I'm going to keep. All my Harry Potter books, I'm going to keep. And then when I get like a nice series, or like, yeah, when I get nice ones, I'm going to declutter them. But yeah, I'm going to keep them for now. Hunger Games I'm going to keep. I'm actually reading the second book right now. The Wonder series, when I have Wonder and Augie and Me, I'm going to get rid of both these books because I don't want them right now. I have the Best Friend series I'm going to keep. All my babysitter books I'm going to keep because I do want to get more and like read them and then do like a little review. Then the Friend series, I don't want to get rid of them yet, but I know soon I probably will, like, just be over them. Okay, I have Lizzie McGuire, Just Like Lizzie, and then A New Kid in School. I'm going to keep this. I have The One and Only Ivan, I'm going to keep. New Kid, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of that. These amulet books, I'm gonna get rid of those 3. This is Severin. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is the Emmy and Friends series. I'm going to keep every single one of these. I just finished one of them recently. I do want to read the whole series and do like a review on it and give like a good review. So some of these I do need to reread. Like the first 3 I do. But yeah, I'm going to keep those. I have the Sunny series I'm going to keep. Where's my go? I have bunch of these catwalk books. I'm gonna keep them. Girl on Fire, I read it this year, so I am gonna be keeping. Now we're on to the bottom shelf. I just finished the BFG. I'm gonna be keeping. Cinderella Cleaners Book 1, I'm gonna be keeping. I Survived the Sinking Titanic, I'm gonna keep. Hooky, I'm gonna keep. The Heroes of Olympus series, I'm definitely gonna keep. I've loved this series. Shadow and Bones, I'm gonna be keeping. I read that this year. The Beastar series, I'm going to be keeping out of books 1 through 3. I have Her Favorite Color Was Yellow, I'm going to be keeping. If This Reaches Her in Time, I'm going to keep. I Saw You as a Flower, I'm going to be keeping. Christmas Carol, I'm going to get rid of that. The Sun and Her Flowers, I'm going to keep. Mouth and Honey, I'm going to keep. Then Homebody, I'm going to keep. Summer Rental, I'm going to keep. I actually enjoyed this book. I did give it 3 stars, but I still enjoyed it. Poems, I'm going to be keeping. Cinder, I'm going to keep. And then Anna of Green Gables, I'm going to keep. So yeah, I'm gonna move these books over there to that bookshelf. I'm gonna take those books off and then move them over here. But first, I'm gonna move these books to my own home. Okay, I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I brought all my red books over here. They're in these stacks. I have to clear off all of these books before I'm going to put any red books on here. Now, I love how the color coordination, like the colors look. But I know for a fact I'm going to have to double stack, like on the bookshelf over there. So that's not going to work. So I'm going to do it by genre. Now, I don't know what all these books' genre is, so it's kind of like me to guess what they are. And here's what I'm going to do, because I have 4 shelves. I don't have any more middle grade, but the genres I have are like, I kind of have like self-help / non-fiction, romance, mystery / thrillers / like scary story type books, fantasy, classics. Is that it? Wait, let me go over it. let me restart. I have fantasy, mystery, thriller / just spooky type books, romance, classics, and I do have retellings, which are in a different category, and I think that's it. So let's go through these, I guess. Chronicles of Narnia, fantasy, Miss Perkins series, Miss Perkins Home for Particular Children series. I'm gonna put in fantasy. Don't really know what the host is about, but I most of the time I keep it by the mystery books. I don't really know what it's about. I'm not gonna keep it with the mystery books because it kind of like, I don't know, it just used to go on my top shelf, and that's where those books were. Monster Calls, I'm gonna put in like the mystery type books. I'm Not Dying With You, I'm gonna put that in romance. Isles of Fire, fantasy, Cujo, mystery, thriller type books. Oh, the Twilight series is going into the fantasy. these are all retellings. I have some are Twisted Tales. One is a book called Radish. Most of the time those go with my fantasy, either way. So, yeah. I'm gonna keep them with that. Now I've drawn the line. I don't really know what this book is about. Close my eyes. It is a sci-fi book. I'm gonna just keep it with a fantasy for now. Because I have very little books like that. This is going in the mystery books. Local Women Missing. Little Earthquakes. I'm gonna keep in romance. Life is Messy is like my non-fiction type books. Percy Jackson, Greek Gods. That's my fantasy. The Red Pyramid series. Those are going in fantasy. Legends and Lattes, I keep with my romance, even though I don't know if it's a romance. But I'm gonna keep it in there. The Silent Patience going with mysteries, thrillers. A 16 Summers going with romance. The Magnus Chase series is going in fantasy. I need to make another stack for that. This is going in fantasy, part of the Red Pyramid series. The Wrinkle in Time series is going in fantasy. The rest of the stories are romance. Pretty sure. Magic Hour, I'm pretty sure it's a thriller. Because I think sure it's I think sure it's thrillers. So I'm gonna put it there. Shut down. Okay. The Time Traveler's Wife is a romance. Sage and Storm is a fantasy. Someone Like You, romance. Dreamland, romance. Sense and Sensibilities is a classic. Starlight on Willow's Lake. Put it with my romance. This is part of my Miss Chase series, so fantasy. Secret Keepers, I'm gonna put in fantasy. Okay. Sleeping Arrangements is fantasy, not fantasy, romance. Everyone in my family has killed someone. That goes in with the mystery. Finding Yovi, I'm gonna put in romance because it is Spring Fever. She writes, Mary Kay Andrews writes romances, so that's where that's gonna go. Mockingjay, fantasy. Things I Can't Forget, romance. The Quarterback and the Ballerina, romance. Wrinkle in Time, that's a Wrinkle in Time book. First Sight is a romance. 13 Blue Envelopes is a mystery. Fangirls are romance. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, fantasy. Magnus Chase, fantasy. The Rathbones, I'm gonna put in fantasy. Raven and Rising, fantasy. Life of Pi, classic. And Acceptable Time, fantasy. The Serpent Shadow, fantasy. Dumpling, romance. Find Your People, self-help, I think, like nonfiction. Before the Sword is a retelling. Many Waters, fantasy. Where the Crawdads Sing, a mystery. But yeah, that's all my books sorted. I'm gonna move them. I'm gonna move them like when I'm done with this shelf. So I'm just, for now, just gonna put them off to the side. There's 4 shelves over there. I'm gonna do classics, nonfiction, mystery, thrillers together, romance together, and then fantasy. I think it might take like a couple of shelves, but like that type, like that's kind of like the type of gist of romance and retelling. That's what I'm putting together as well. Moving my, did I say romance and retelling? I meant fantasy and retelling. Okay, now for the red books on this bookshelf. I think, hold on. I just moved all the books on my TBR like over there because I needed more space. But yeah, so on this bookshelf, I think I'm gonna do fantasy, middle grade, graphic novels. Then on the bottom, do like adult, which is like all my other books, basically. So I'm gonna start by going through the series, I think, because some of my series did get mixed up. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the books that didn't get mixed up. Hunger Games. This goes on top, but since it's on the top shelf, I'm not gonna like do that right now. This is the Sunny series. That's what I call it. Sunny side up. Sunny makes a splash. Swing it, Sunny. Sunny rolls the dice. They're all graphic novels. Cinderella Cleaners. This is middle grade. The One and Only Ivan. Middle grade. Just like Lizzie, middle grade. I Survived the Sinking Titanic. This is a graphic novel. So I'm gonna put that there. The Lost. That is not the books. Cookie is a graphic novel, so I'm gonna put it on the shelf. Okay, Friends box set, put it here. This needs to go. The Cat Watch series, I'm gonna put on the end, because these are taller books. I'm trying to do like series and then singles and then just singles and series on this side. And then up here I think I don't know what I'm gonna do up there yet. Poems. That's adult, so that's going on the bottom. Same as Shadow and Bone. Oh wait, that would be fantasy. Yeah. Shadow and Bone is fantasy. But Poems is not. The book's messed up. This will go on the top shelf. Fix that. The Heroes of Olympus series. This is going here. And the Green Gables. I'm going to consider this fantasy. It is a classic though. I'm going to keep this in the bottom for now. I might move it later. Cinder, that's sci-fi fantasy, but that's going up there. The Beastar books I'm going to put on the bottom shelf. this will get me out of here. This is going on the middle shelf. How to Speak a Dolphin. Green up here. The Percy Jackson series. I know it's a middle grade series, but I am putting it on my fantasy books for now. Cook Camp, I'm gonna put on that shelf. Twilight's going up there. Same with A Wrinkle in Time. The Wild Robots, I'm gonna put on this shelf. Next stack. Harry Potter is going on the top shelf. I'm gonna, yeah, because I have all the books that are gonna go on the top shelf already. But I'm gonna put them up. I do like it. Yeah, I didn't realize how many books I'll need to fill up these shelves, but it's good because I want to have like more room. Next we have Summer Rentals. This is going on the bottom shelf. Then we have my poetry books. I like to keep them all together, but these are gonna go on the bottom shelf so you can't really see them. Next, next we have Emmy and Ren series. But this will go on the graphic novel shelf, even though they're like mixed between graphic novels and not graphic novels. Next I have Girl on Fire, which is a graphic novel. The BFG go up here. The Babysitter's Club books. These are gonna go right here. I'm gonna move all the books down so they're on one side. Like, I could find the books more and stuff, but I don't want to. Because I think it would, like, this way it's easier for me to like read. Those are all the books I'm following. They're like very stacked deep. But they're like easier for me to like add a book now, and I don't have to smush or like reorganize it. So yeah. I do I only want to keep like my favorite books. Like my favorite books, and not all of these are my favorite books. But I'm not gonna get rid of any of the books that I've read this year to the end of the year. So then I can do a little, not haul, but I can do wrap up with all the physical books I've read. Like the physical books off my TBR, because like there will be books from the library that I won't have and stuff. But yeah. So that is why I organized it this way. Now I'm gonna do my TBR, and the stacks have already fallen. So yeah, that's gonna be fun-ish. But yeah, I am kind of nervous for those shelves. But yeah, let's see how that goes. This is all the room I have to like work. Yes, okay. The books did kind of like get mixed up a little bit. But I think I'm gonna do fantasy on top, romance, other books. So let's start with the romance. I'm gonna start with Spring Fever because it's a longer book, and then I think I'm gonna do paperbacks. In the back, like in the middle, because they're all kind of like the similar-ish length. Length and stuff. And width. Not width, like that length. Can't really see. But yeah, and then these. Okay. And then another longer book is Rearranging. So I am putting that on my bed. I don't want to smush these books, but I do want them all to fit nicely and stuff. Okay, the romance shelf is done, and there is like, you won't be able to see it. There's like a little gap on this end. So yeah, I do want my fantasy books series to be together. So I'm gonna start with the retellings I have of all of these, which those are gonna do. Okay. I did want them on top, but since I do have so many fantasies, I'm gonna put them with my romance, because I know retellings are like fantasy, like they are fantasies and stuff, but I didn't want them together. I have Draw the Line in the Percy Jackson Greek Gods book. I'm gonna put that in. And I have the Twilight series. I have New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn, which isn't the full series. Then I have Isles of Fire, which is kind of a longer book. Next I have the Miss Perkins series. I do have Chronicles of Narnia. Okay. Where am I fantasy? Are here? The Wrath Bones I'm gonna put in. Now the back row is complete. grabbing the books from the stack that decided to oops. Okay. Not all the books that I don't have read are like over here because I am filming a video and like a bunch of like some of my unread books are in there. I have the Red Pyramid series. The other two books in Shadow and Bones trilogy. I guess the Red Pyramid is a trilogy, not a series. Yeah. So that shelf is full right now. So I am just gonna organize the books real quick into like this series they go into, because I want to see, wait, and like do the bottom shelf and see if there's any room for those books. Is this a better angle? Okay, yeah, somewhat. Okay, I'm gonna do my non-fiction / self-help books first, and those are going in the back. Same with my classics / books I consider a classic. Next, I'm just gonna go in with the like paperback mysteries and thrillers, and I'm gonna put this Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone on the end because it's hardback and stuff. Okay, so I have filled up the bottom shelf with all of the books. Like, there's still room though. Like, there's still room on this bottom shelf for the books. So then I'm gonna start putting extra fantasies. I have so there's still Hunger Games, Magnus Chase, and my Wrinkle in Time series doesn't fit, but since it's all in one series, I'm gonna put on the top of these books. I'm gonna put these in order first. Now they're just kind of like on the top, like kind of like decorative, but not really. But they also look nice. But yeah, that's how I organized and unhauled my TBR for this video. It's because of the TBR series, you cannot see me. Because of the TBR Takedown series, we were able to condemn my TBR enough to do, to combine the shelves and like rearrange them, which is good. I found lots of favorites and a couple of unhauls, and it definitely like pushed me to read some books that I don't think I would get to in a while if I haven't. So, am glad for it, even though there were some times where there's a lot of books to read. Like right now, I have a bunch of books to read for an upcoming vlog that is coming out soon. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to see me anytime I post a new video. Thank you for watching.